Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Geelong Zone and happy Halloween. We're actually in November, so it's not really Halloween. But we can't pick and choose when the AFL schedule comes out. So this is kind of like my late Halloween video. And the talking point of this video is the scheduled for opening round is here. It is confirmed. The Geelong Cats will play the Gold Coast Suns at Metricon Stadium, or People's First Choice Stadium, or Carrara, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'm calling it Metricon, just like Geelong Oval is Kardinia Park. I'm always going to call it Kardinia Park. So, yeah, we will be playing Gold Coast at Metricon Stadium. I prayed for this, and it happened. It happened. I prayed for this, and it happened. That's a terrible Scottish accent. Trying to copy Drew McIntyre there. I didn't want Brisbane. Did not want Brisbane against Geelong. Reason is, if Geelong lost by only 15 or 20, we could say, Geelong are there. They're not that far off. But Gold Coast are an up-and-coming team. A team that they probably overachieved. They got their bogus last win against Essendon. They got in because of that win. But they got in, and they added Petrarca as well, so they've improved their list. You lose to them, and you think, well, okay, we're miles off of this. Is an up-and-coming team. Yeah, we've got a lot of work to do. Are we going backwards from the grand final loss, or is it just a blimp? For reference, I think we'll get smashed. I think we'll lose by 50 points. I'd actually love to see that. I really actually would. Reason for that being, no, you did not hear that wrong. I would love us to lose to Gold Coast, because if we did, Chris Scott ain't it. Ain't it. We lose our first game and we get smacked by a Gold Coast team that's pushing for finals, trying to push for top four, trying to push for prelim. Tells you we're miles off. Absolute miles. Brisbane are contenders. We don't need to play them. We don't need to lose by 15 or 20 points or whatever. Unless we got absolutely smacked. That'd be a different story. But lose to Gold Coast or get smacked by Gold Coast shows you where we're going to be. I wouldn't mind playing St Kilda in the second round either, and gather round if we get the Adelaide Crows. Wouldn't mind that. And then Hawthorn the previous week for Easter. Wouldn't mind that. I think that'd be a good draw. I think that would tell us where we would need to be. And if we start the season 3-1 or 0-4, well, then the coach can go. Tells you that he's due by his expiry date. His expiry date is due. His rent is due. And he can't afford it. It's time to pack up. So this is a good result. This is a good result, getting Gold Coast up in Metricon Stadium. Tells you where Geelong will be. Will they get smacked and show that they're going down? Geelong don't really bottom out. Never done that. They've never bottomed out in finals. They've never bottomed out ever. Their worst season's 12th. I think that was back in 2023. 12th or 11th, somewhere along those lines. That was a bad year. We call that a bad year in Geelong. Bad year. But if we get smacked by Gold Coast, teams that get blown out in grand finals, they rarely come make finals the next year. Sydney's probably the only exception where we smacked them. They made finals the next year. Melbourne is another exception. No, they got smacked. Didn't see him again. So, interesting to see where we're going to finish, knowing that we got absolutely destroyed in that grand final. A grand final, by the way, if Sam Mitchell was coaching, we wouldn't have lost that grand. We only lost that grand final because Chris Scott had not a damn clue. He didn't have a plan B. Too vanilla. Took 18 minutes to take Jeremy Cameron off the bench and then had the audacity to blame the sub-ball for it. Are you fucking kidding me? That's not a coach. Come on, man. That's just a guy that's full of excuses. Full of excuses. But this is not a rant video. This is not an I hate Chris Scott video. I'd love it if we did win. Because if we did win, it shows we're not going anywhere. But it's a good test. Very good test against a good team. A team that I think will make top four. I think Gold Coast will make top four. Will make top four. So it's very interesting to see what will happen. Who's our opponent for the rest of the rounds? We don't know, but that's confirmed. We will play Gold Coast at Metricon Stadium / Carrara / People's Choice. It's going to be exciting. Cannot wait for that. The team I wanted. Didn't want Brisbane. Brisbane are too vanilla. Yeah. All Brisbane do is just do the same thing. Didn't want them. I wanted a young, up and coming, exciting team like Gold Coast. That's what I wanted. We got him. I prayed for it, and it happened. Rest of the fixtures will come out next Friday. Gather Round for me is an exciting week for me since I live in Adelaide, so I'll be looking to go as many matches as I can. Wouldn't mind in Adelaide. Wouldn't mind playing at Collingwood. Would love to play at Collingwood. I would love to play. I'd love to play Hawthorn, which we're not going to play Collingwood or Hawthorn. But I want us, our first 4 weeks, I want us to have the hardest draw possible. A nightmare draw. First week, Gold Coast. Second week, St Kilda at Marvel. And then we can bash on North Melbourne in our first home game. And then gather around the Crows or Hawthorn or Collingwood or the Giants. Wouldn't mind the Giants. Really test us. Really see where we're going to be. No, St Kilda are going to get more primetime games. It was confirmed. They're getting this new documentary series. This new doco Channel 7 is going to make for them. And they're going to get more primetime games. They've added 4 players and they think they're going to get primetime. That's interesting. Players are unproven, to be honest. You know, De Koning a good player. No, we would like to have him at Geelong. We'd like to straight swap him for Sam, but didn't happen. They've kept Battle. Don't know how 2 rucks are going to go. Carlton fans might need to put in the comments. If there's any Carlton fans watching, you know how actually good was Sam De Koning? No, not sorry, that's our player, Tom De Koning. How actually good was he? Will he do well at St Kilda as a forward? Because he might need to play forward. Might need to play up forward for minutes with 2 rucks. Gold Coast will smash us here, 40+ points. I think I agree. No, it's not because I want that. But I just think it's time for our coach to go. There's no hate against him. Won us 2 flags, albeit the one in 2022 was stacked as hell. The one he first in it was Bomber Thompson's team. If Bomber Thompson stayed on, he would have won that grand final. There's no doubt about that. But he still won 2 flags. He's an okay coach. I think there's 6 or 7 coaches better than Chris Scott, Chris Fagan, Sam Mitchell. I think they're all better than him. I think Craig McCraig's better than him. I think Adam Kingsley's better than him. I think Damien Hardwick's better than him. Damien Hardwick hasn't bottled grand finals or prelims. They won their prelims. Chris Scott didn't. But no, Rob smashed Gold Coast by 40. So I'd St Kilda, round 2 at Marvel. We never beat St Kilda at Marvel anyway, so they could put up their B team, and they'd probably still beat us. Give us North Melbourne, round 3. Give us an easy team, or West Coast. We always play them at Geelong. And gather rounds, we can play Crows, Hawthorn, or Collingwood, or the Giants, more realistically the Giants. I'd love that. I'd love those first 4 rounds. Make it hard as possible. Then we'll see where we are after 4 rounds. Do we see that, you know what, we're 1 in 4, so 1 in 3 and the coach needs to go? Signs that we're not going to make finals, coach needs to go. We had a poor trade period. We didn't want to give up players because we think Temu Tom is the greatest forward since sliced bread. When I mean Temu Tom, I mean Shannon Neal. But we were willing to give up Sam De Koning for Ron Marshall. I said Josh Battle earlier. Josh Battle was retired, I think. Ron Marshall. We're willing to give up Sam De Koning for Ron Marshall, but we didn't want to give up Temu Tom for Charlie Curnow. By the way, Charlie Curnow will kick 60+ goals for Sydney. That's an absolute given. That's an absolute, 70. He'll kick 70 plus. That's an absolute given. Sorry, Carlton fans. Unlucky for Geelong fans. Because when he does, I'm going to make a video straight after he does. I'm going to gloat like hell. Didn't want to give up Temu Tom. Which is strange because I thought our motto is winning now. Charlie Curnow helps us win now. So that's against our motto. So that's a lie right there. But Gold Coast, up and coming team. I think they'll make. Well, they're not up and coming. They've made finals. They've added Petrarca. Their midfield's going to get a whole lot better. They don't have to rely on Royale, Turk Miller, Noah Anderson. They add an extra firepower to the midfield. Makes it even more harder. Now, where they play, that's another thing. Because they're all not going to play in the midfield. But you can rotate them. Imagine that. Imagine playing Petrarca 10 minutes into the first quarter, then on comes Noah Anderson or Turk Miller. Wowee. Nightmare. Yeah, we'll tag Petrarca. Oh, we'll tag Matt Burrell. Oh, we'll tag Noah Anderson. Someone's different's going to turn up. Ocean Mullins, one of our best targets. Who's he going to tag? Well, I'll tag Petrarca. Keep him to 15 touches. Oh, so I know Anderson will take 30. Matt Burrell will kick 30. Possible. Probably got the best midfield in the comp. Best midfield in the comp. How's Danger going to be next year? I thought he should have retired. I thought he should have honestly retired. He was shot after that prelim. And I went on the jumper punch. Shout out to them guys, Scott, Bo, Rocco. I said to him, nah, he ain't going to back it up. No way. And what happened? Couldn't go. Body couldn't go. So how's he supposed to get through next year? He has a good game one week, what, bad game the next? Because his body can't go? That doesn't help our club. Geelong fans are pretty stubborn. They're kind of like the Real Madrid of the football world. The AFL world, sorry. Very entitled. They expect to win every single game, expect every single year, which is fair enough. They dominated the last decade, well, since the year 2000. Before Brisbane won their flag, Geelong, there was no team that won more flags since the year 2000. Had every right to be cocky. Who had every right to be entitled. We don't hold that mantra anymore. It's Brisbane's turn. What happens when Sam Mitchell wins next year? So next year, 2026. What happens then? Do we say, nah, well, it's over. Got to think about a new decade. Got to think about a new system. We're no longer that super team anymore. It's now Brisbane's time. Atkins for captain. Tom Atkins for captain. Well, you know what you're going to get from Tom Atkins every week. You're going to get tackles. You're going to get pressure acts. You're going to get loose ball gets. No complaints. Don't think Danger should go on. I know that doesn't sit well with a lot of the people in this community. Dominated since 2000, yeah, but haven't quite capitalised as much as we probably should have. Yeah, that's on the coach. On the coach. Yeah, you can blame the players. But if you keep changing the players, yet the same stuff happens, can't just blame the players. At least one flag short, yeah. Last year is the one that got away. Because we know what happened to Sydney. We would have belted Sydney. West Coast would have belted Sydney if they played him in that grand final. Let's snap our fingers. West Coast play Sydney in last year's grand final. We know what's going to happen. It's Sydney. One that got away. One that really got away that it hurts. You have to let it go because it happened last year. Last year's prelim hurt more than this year's grand final. When it comes to players. Holmes to blame for that. Well, Max. Well, look, Max Holmes didn't have the best grand final. Let's be honest. Fuck me, he was a turnover magnet. If you thought he was playing for Brisbane, he had a hell of a first half. Did his hamstring in the prelim? Chris Scott took 10 minutes to make a decision. Then what happens to Cameron? He makes 18 minutes to make a decision, and then he blames the sub rule. Come on, mate. Yes, 2024 blew it. Yep, it's one that got away. And you're right. Where's that comment again? I want to bring that up. Where? At least one flag short. Yeah. Remember that prelim against Sydney? What the fuck happened there? What happened the first 20 minutes? Papley had a field day. Papley, come on, Papley. Could have gone around about this. I just want my team to do well, and in my opinion, this coach is not doing that for us. We're not getting the best out of it. His past is used by date. And I think a captain's past is used by date. I wanted the Charlie Curnow Temu Tom trade, so we can stop comparing Temu Tom to Tom Hawkins. Oh, well, we got a 4 forward. You must be Tom Hawkins. Well, does that mean if I fucking play in the midfield, I'm going to get compared to Gary Ablett? Ridiculous. Well, if I'm fucking keeping for the Redbacks, am I going to be compared to fucking Adam Gilchrist? Ridiculous. Yeah. But what we do know is we have Gold Coast. Great test. Can't wipe the smile off my face. Love it. Tough game. I think we'll get done. I think we'll get absolutely destroyed because they want to make a statement. It's in their home ground, a Metricon / Carrara / People's Choice. They're going to make a statement. Probably for once in their lives, their fans will actually turn up. Maybe the whole 10 fans will turn up. It's a bit harsh. Apologies. They're good fans. They're good fans. You Gold Coast fans don't have bad fans because you don't turn up. In order to have bad fans, you've got to at least turn up. So you have the best fan base in the league because you don't have the fan base to turn up and do anything bad. I shouldn't say that when we get 30,000 at our home ground. I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry about that. But here's what it is. Thank you so much for the questions in there. I really do appreciate it. If any Gold Coast YouTube channel are watching this, sorry, I didn't mean to pot shot you. As if they've got a fan channel, they don't have any fans. In order to have a fan channel, you got to have fans. But anyway, they're going to smack us now, aren't they? Well, we're going to look at Holmes was blamed for the prelim 2004. He's never injured, just scared. Get on the ground, Holmesy. Fight the pain. Fight it. Take on Cam Rayner. If you're scared, then just go punch out Cam Rayner. Actually, that would have been good. Probably would have won that game if you did that. They get suspended, but show some physicality. It's Cam Rayner. He doesn't show physicality. We're not against Geelong anyway. He just does as he pleases. Gets the umpires to do it for him. Hence a qualifying final. Some more questions from Rob. If you look at Geelong entire history, they are a strong home and away side, yet poor finals. Check out stats on, Not just in the 2010s and 20s, the 90s as well. We had the greatest ever player in the 90s, 89, 80s as well, but I'm talking about the grand final, 89, 90s. Couldn't get it done there either. Now, granted, should have bet Hawthorn against the the waffle fucking WA State of Origin team against us. We couldn't do anything about that. They had a fucking stateside, for fuck's sake. How the hell they get away with that? But no idea. And they're off their heads anyway. Juice heads. Absolute juice heads. So that was tough. Carlton, we'll never win that game, were we? Luckily, we weren't, because we know what the umpires would have done with Carlton. Shout out to any Carlton fans watching, especially from the jumper punch. Those paper bags. So thank God that game wasn't close. We often falter too often. Yeah, we often falter too often. Yep, thank you. Holmes himself was never injured. We wouldn't. Yes, we get that. You wouldn't have needed him in the grand final for me. Yeah, well, let's be honest. We wouldn't need anybody in that grand final. We just brought our VFL team that would have smacked Sydney. That's the one that really got away. Hell, we can go back down to the 50s and 40s. The 1940s and 50s, we made grand finals and didn't win games. I'm being a little bit stupid there. Being a little bit silly. 1800s? No. But historically, teams that get belted in grand finals don't make it. Historically. So we'll wait and see. Wait and see. This has been the Geelong Zone. I know it's been a long time. I haven't done these on ages, have I? I've taken like a 2-week break. I don't want to make cricket videos. Incidentally, my Sheffield Shield video has been the most liked and most watched video. And it's a fucking Geelong content show. I've got a cricket channel just for that. So appreciate you watching, but watch my AFL content, not my cricket content. That would be nice. Would be nice to get 200 views on a AFL content video, not a cricket one. But I'll take it, I suppose. Anyway, thank you for all the comments, Rob and Bossy Sniffer. Thank you so much. This has been the Geelong Zone. This was not a pre. I've got a whole list of what I want to do. This was despair of the moment. I saw the view, saw the draw today, and I thought, bang, I want to do this. This was spare of the moment. Hence, I have no idea what I'm fucking talking about. Cats now have played in more finals across history than Essendon, yet 6 less flags. Ooh, we are the Essendon of grand finals. That makes no sense. And on that note, well, it kind of does, because Essendon haven't won a final in fucking years. But we won a grand final in 2022, so that made no sense whatsoever. That was me trying to be too cute. But no, that's true. Across history, then Essendon, yet 6 flags, yeah. And now Essendon are a tin pot club, where most of their fans are on OnlyFans. Ugh. Can't wait when this gets released. I've pot-shotted Gold Coast fans, or their lack of fans, pot-shotted Geelong fans, and now I've pot-shotted Essendon fans. No, sorry, it's a St Kilda fan base that has all the OnlyFans. Sorry, my bad. My bad to Essendon supporters. I've actually been on Bomber Banter. She was a very nice girl. Shout out to her as well. So no disrespect to her. But I know a few St Kilda fans that are women, and they do OnlyFans. Whatever floats your boat. Not that there's anything wrong with that. You want to make $200,000 a month. So be it. That's all right. Wish I did that. Who wants to see me naked? No one. Well, there might be some freak out there. Never know. But it's not for me. It's really not for me. Oh, I'm getting the Bonnie Blue, Lily Phillips vibe right now. Who would have thought I would have mentioned them on this show? Where are we going with this show? Anyway. Oh, this has gone very wrong. Very wrong. Anyway, that concludes our show. This is going to get cancelled, just like the show bags video that I did with all the nations. Thank you for watching the Geelong Zone. Really do appreciate it. We've got more content coming. It's coming. More stuff's coming. More cricket stuff is coming. Please don't watch that. Please watch AFL content, not cricket content. But thank you for watching anyway. It does keep the channel growing. But anyway, I'm Lucas, Coach Lucas from. I was actually going to say the Hoops Crew there, but I've gone a bit rogue on them. I'm a bit like Troops of AFTV. I've gone rogue. Yeah, someone said to me I'm the DT of the Hoops Crew. Interesting. Don't kidnap women and put them in the back of my car. Need to have a girlfriend first to do that. So yeah, that's interesting when people say that. I'm the DT of the Hoops Crew. Fair enough. Whatever floats your boat. I see myself as like Troops. Good work, Coach. Troops. I'm more. Well, I'm not really Troops either because I don't pot smoke. So maybe good old Claude or Lee Judges. Maybe I'm that of the Hoops Crew. Definitely not DT. Definitely don't do that kind of stuff. Get involved in that kind of legal activity. But thanks for the compliments, I guess. Anyway, that has been the Geelong Zone. Do appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe. Go check out the Jumper Punch. Go check out Rocco's channel. Go check out Liverpool Red Dawn, my mate Kiri. Doing good things there. So go check him out. Get on the glass barbecue, mate. Yeah. Let's hold that for now. But thank you, Bossy Sniff. That's been Geelong Zone. Make sure to like and subscribe. And we will see you next time for another video.